everyone. How are you all doing? My name is Cherry Pop, and I am here with my friend Reese to introduce to you all the bloopers of the last OG show. So on the last show, we went through the original Fronnie Comic, which Elsie had a lovely time going through, and she made her own video all about it. So I will let Reese take it away for the final introductions. I will see you all in the next video.
Hey, thank you so much, Cherry, for introducing me like that. That was a real pleasure. My name is Reese, y'all, and I am going to introduce you all to the OG show. Elsie, take it away to introduce them all to the lovely bloopers of your show.
Hey guys, my name is Elsie Rosie, and welcome back to the OG show. On today's episode, we will be going through the bloopers of the original OG comic. So, let's get started. Okay guys, so I acknowledge this comic is rough. It's iPhone 4S quality camera. My hands were shaking. Some of the pictures are blurry. Not all of the pencil marks are erased. This comic is looking a little rough, but it had the soul there. It had all the things. And honestly, it was my first ever comic, so I am so happy for how it's turned out and for just like how it's lived on. People, at least I know personally, I still look back on it with a lot of good memories because it was my first comic, my first ever idea. It was my first real step into the FNAF fandom. Because before this, in December 2014, I was uploading pictures, other people's fan art, which I do feel bad about. But I also recognize that those artists are fantastic and they have some really good artwork. So I was just celebrating them. But I did originally in that year, I posted just one picture of my own art style and how I view the animatronics, and it got really popular. So I was like, okay, they like this, what should I do? What should I do? And because I love reading comics, I'm a huge superhero fan. I love reading comic books. They've always been a big thing that I've loved. I thought it'd be fun to make my own comics. So during these episodes of bloopers, I'm gonna go through my experience, some reflections, my first reactions, and just some fun things. So guys, as we're getting started, I have it pulled up here and I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking at. Honestly, this comic takes me back. This was so much fun. Also, I don't know if I have not shared this with you guys, but it took me so long to get the right color for Bonnie. Seriously, because I use Crayola markers because I'm a cheap person. No, it's more like when I made this, I was a sophomore in high school, so I was a kid, which is a big reason why some of these stories are a little extra silly. And honestly, they got some good heart. I appreciate it. But it took me so long to find the right color combination for Bonnie. I don't think I still have the original sketches, but I went through like 6 different versions of Bonnie before I got this color palette. Freddy was freaking easy. Literally, go light brown, dark brown. Easy. Piece of cake. Bonnie, no. Because it's so hard to match his colors, because, that rabbit's complicated to draw. But it was, oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So, concerning making Bonnie pregnant, because I know that's a big thing that people were like, why did you do this? And also, I decided to keep Bonnie a male, because in the game, he is a male. At least, according to Scott Cawthon, or Coffin. Whatever y'all want to call the big guy who created this craziness, which I freaking love. I love that guy. Honestly, I don't really know. I wanted to keep Bonnie a guy because he is a guy in the original story. And I was like, I'm going to try to keep this somewhat close to what I wanted to do. So I did make Bonnie a guy as he went through his pregnancy. And there's actually 2 more comics at the timing of this recording. There are 2 more comics concerning Bonnie being pregnant. And it's a little secret that I've not posted yet on Instagram, so get ready. That's not the only plans I have for Bonnie being pregnant. Maybe I'll have some episodes. I want to go back and do Bonnie before him and Freddy did the do. I want to see their relationship develop. So we might go back to these cutie pies at some point soon, which I would love. But yeah, guys, this comic was just really fun to do. It was really sweet. And fun fact, the 2 characters, Mike and Jeremy, the ones who originally find out that Bonnie and Freddy... Actually, I'm gonna hold off that fun fact just for a second because I want to go back and introduce the comic because this is fun and sporadic. Why not? And it's my bloopers. I get to do whatever I want. So guys, in the story, Bonnie finds out that he is pregnant with Freddy's kid from Mike and Jeremy. Mike being the first night guard that we meet, and he might be somehow related to William Afton. we're just gonna ignore that. I'm not gonna touch that in this video. And Jeremy is from FNAF 2, and he is the one who deals with the toy animatronics. And the versions that I actually have drawn of them in the comic, I'll like post a picture here, that was the fandom's accepted version of them. I don't know why I do know why actually, I just can't find the person. There was one artist in particular who originally drew Jeremy with the question marks and Mike with the ruffled hair and Purple the guy the way he's designed in most versions. And I for life of me, I couldn't find them. Tumblr is a hot mess right now, and I was trying to figure out where it was and I couldn't find it. But honestly, if you guys know who they are, please tell them thank you, because they made such cool versions of the characters that the whole fandom fell in love with. And like, it's so much fun what they did. And honestly, it was so cool. So this version of Mike and Jeremy are not my versions. I didn't have a version of them at the time. I gotta admit, I didn't think that I was going to do another comic. I genuinely thought this was gonna be a one-off because, well, that's not entirely true. I said to myself, well, people won't actually want to read it, so I won't need to make another one. But I had ideas in place. I just didn't know people would really like it, and people really did. And I'm like, thank you. So because it got so popular, it really built up my confidence and allowed me to make more comics, which was really fun. But yeah, so there's actually a big reason why why everything in this comic happens the way it does. It happens a big reason because I wanted to explore Bonnie and Freddie's relationship and essentially what would it be like if these two had children? Because like, it's a fun what if, like, why not? Because they're supposed to be caretakers of children. But looking back at the comic, there's definitely things that I'm like, oof, like, first of all, why don't they have noses? No one in the comic has noses. Also, none of them have fingers. I went through like a solid 5 years, I think, where everyone's hands were like this all the time, and I'm like, oh no, we're back. I almost forgot oh my goodness, those were dark days, fam, dark days. But honestly, this comic was just so much fun and so sweet, and I want to share with you all the creation of how this comic happened. So I did imply it a little bit about how I said earlier in this video that originally I posted one picture of my art style. People really took to it. But there's another component to that. And I will post a picture of her somewhere on here. I'm still figuring out how to edit videos, so she'll be on here somewhere. But one of my friends in high school, so guys, come back with me to 2015 in February that year. One of my friends was sitting next to me in class, and we were just talking, goofing off, being silly on Instagram. And I was showing her these drawings, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to do a comic. And she was like, cool, why not? And I'm like, and I shared with her that I'm nervous, that I'm scared people won't like it. And she looked at me and she's like, if you love it, why not do it? And honestly, that advice helped me so much because that gave me the courage to post my first comic. And then it kind of skyrocketed into all the comics. Like, guys, by the 21st of February of 2015, when I finished that first comic, I started another one. Almost the same day, the 21st. It was so crazy. And it's a much shorter comic than the other one. I think I did the whole thing. I'm checking. Yeah, I did that whole comic in a day. How the fuck? There's going to be another video on that comic soon. It's a lot shorter than the other one, so I'll include some like fun facts and some fun cute stuff. And there'll be a whole blooper video for that too. But honestly, if it weren't for my friend, and here are a couple of pictures of me and her just to like show you guys that honestly, she really gave me that confidence, that extra push that I needed to make the comics great. And honestly, I'm so happy with what they become, and I really have a soft spot for this original comic because it's just so much fun, and a lot of it's cringy. Like, Freddie's line about, but Bonnie's a dude! And Mike's like, looks like you fucked him too hard. Oh my goodness. I have so many things about this, and I'm like, oof. Oh my goodness. But honestly, I love it. It was so much fun to do. It was so crazy. And I really love the scene where Bonnie goes like all ape shit on Freddy for like 2 seconds, not even that, where he's like, you got me fucking pregnant, and he's just like ginormous and he's so freaking pissed. I loved that. Because fun fact, I have played through FNAF 1 and FNAF 2 and I'm working on the other ones. I'm working on it, trust me. Things got a little busy. But Bonnie always freaked me out. I was so terrified of him. I'm still terrified of him. Because fun fact, even though all my comics are all cutesy and wholesome and they have some dark shit in there hidden, but I'm just not going to say about it, I'm still scared of these guys. I love them. I love it. And honestly, guys, this comic has been so much fun. And thank you so much for sharing this with me. So guys, stay tuned for my next video. We'll see what comes up next on the O Ship Show. Thanks, guys. Bye.